Hormones with Bog. You know what? That was a pretty effing heavy tune, but it was cool as hell because the Bad Andersons and I interviewed these guys in the summertime, honestly, right before a show too. So we're doing it. They did Skype on their phone.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. They were really good to us to do that interview. And it was so much fun because they'd never really done too much before. All they had was Facebook. Didn't really understand Twitter too much and that sort of thing.
It's a hard universe, man, with Twitters and things.
Well, that's right. It's all about figuring out. But it was a great tune, and yeah, I really enjoyed this tune. Like heavy as hell, but I really got into it.
I like that the tune is definitely not like all the metal that's coming out nowadays.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of good metal coming out, but I find that I almost don't even want to say it. But I find that there's a little bit too much of a samey sort of mentality going on with a lot of the new metal that's coming out, and these guys were definitely not playing into that, which I liked.
I feel like I would not believe that they were a punk band. Like, no, honestly, like you were like, this is punk band, the Hormones, and I got all excited. Old school punk. I love like the old school 70s, 80s, like Brit punk, and I was sort of picturing something like completely different. But, like, it was really good. I almost feel like they're too good of musicians to be, like, punk musicians. That's not fair. Like, I've played in punk bands. Right. But no, I really enjoyed this. Yeah, it was really heavy. Like, super heavy.
For the ones we've heard in the past, this was a lot heavier than we've heard before. So, really cool. But let me tell you, these guys were a lot of fun, especially not knowing technology that well. Because, like I said... just having a Facebook, and they had Twitter, but just kind of didn't really know how to use it, and that sort of thing, the Skype sort of thing from their phone.
That's totally understandable.
But it was so much fun, and they were such a good group of guys. So next up, we're going to get to a band called Heads Off, and the song's called Hey You! Dig this. Right on. That was Heads Off with hey you, you know. But it was a good kind of pumping tune just because it had almost that standard kind of punk groove to it, you know, where verse, chorus, verse, but the kind of like almost the perfect people were talking, but it kind of kept you really interested at the same time.
Yeah, like fuzz on the bass there, like it's just a driving tune. It's like a party tune. I dug it. Like, yeah, really cool. Like pop punk. That's more punk than the
the hormones runs. Yeah. Nick.
Yeah, no, good tight drums. You know, that's.
You still with us?
I'm right here, man.
I'm right here, man.
Yeah, no, that was like I said, tight drumming is what I noticed right away.
Yeah, absolutely. Good production too. I have to kudos to whoever was behind the board for that one. That was really tight and everything was super clean and nothing stood out more than anything else. It was just really nice and tight. Tight like a tight.
Smoking a pancake.
You know it, man.
But see, that's the thing is with a lot of these bands, I know a lot of times now it's DIY, right? And they're doing a good job, you know. But a lot of it, you know, you kind of notice the fresh, we'll call it the freshman mistakes, where, you know, let's say they're first recording the first EP album, whatever they do, and let's say the EP comes first, you know, a lot of times the vocals are a little bit louder than the band,
yeah,
but it's because they're not used to it, right? So they're trying to adjust. And then the second album, you notice it's a little bit more in tune, so the music's just a little bit louder than the vocals, but it kind of balances out properly. But that's the fun part about it. It's all about the learning process, right? And that's what makes these bands sound better and better. So, you know, that's why we have these shows and kind of give you constructive criticism saying, you know what, the song is good, but, you know, you can do this much better. Like, oh, fuck yeah, that's absolutely right. Like, why didn't I think of that, right? So, and that's what's so much fun about this.
I feel, too, like the lead singer might have written a lot of the songs, you know what I mean?
Right.
For the first EP, and then the second EP or whatever, like the album comes out, and then the band has gotten the opportunity to write together. So when it's being mixed and produced, like that's, you know, it's more of a band sound now because everybody's got their hand in the writing process and the production process, and it's not just a, hey, I'm the lead singer, like the focus is on the vocal. Like when I learned about production, the emphasis is always on if there's a vocal, then the emphasis is on the vocal. You have to hear the vocal, it has to be clean, it has to be in the forefront. But I don't necessarily like music that's mixed that way, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's typically how it's treated, you know, particularly for, a first EP. And I could see the writing process sort of being a part of that maybe the bands sort of come together and now they're more used to everybody, and everybody's got their hand in the writing, and, you know, it just mixes itself. Like, don't you find, Nick, that when you're in a band for a long time, you kind of start mixing yourself on stage? Then by the time you get in the studio, you're like, okay, I know exactly how this is supposed to sound. Like,
yeah, your dynamics are very important. You know?
Well, that's right. It all depends on the band's dynamic in general, right? Like who's the, you know, you don't necessarily have to have one driving force. You know, it's most times it's all like input of different members, right? So it can vary from band to band, but usually it seems to be more successful when everybody has their own 2 cents put in, right? Because that way you can determine like what sounds better, what doesn't sound good. Like maybe you can change that bass line or drop it down, what have you, and that sort of thing. And that's what kind of interests me a lot because, you know, you see how bands actually work together and how they put their 2 cents and how they form and become such a, we'll call it, powerhouse, right? Mm-hmm. So next up, we're going to get to another song off this compilation, and we're going to get to a band called Over the Effect. The song's called Sunshine. Dig this.
Paradise is a long sleep. Just can't stand to watch him make you fall to pieces. Go down in a hotel room. Can't put you back together.
Over the Effect with Sunshine. Now, the song wasn't too bad. It had a